What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Find Your Flow channel. It's RJ here. And in today's video, I want to talk about a few ways that you can improve your situation while feeling cooped up and stuck at home, how you can boost your mindset, and what you can do in order to stay positive during this difficult time. Now, a lot of us are struggling with our mindset and our mental health right now. And so I want to include a few tips that you can kind of implement not only now in the short term, but slowly build up over the long term that are going to help to make a difference in how you feel. So if you're looking on ways that you can increase and improve on your mindset, stick through this video and you'll have a few key takeaways that you can implement and start to incorporate into your routine. Now, the first up is something I talked about in this video here on creating your BLISS station. This is something that you can implement when working from home in order to have sort of a space that you can utilize for that deep work, that creativity, the things that you're trying to get done and move the needle forward with, whether it's working for somebody else or on your own side hustle or you run your own business. Having a BLISS station, somewhere that you can really focus at home, is really important. So definitely check out that other video where I talk more about maximizing your productivity when working from home to get more tips on how you can build your BLISS station. Now, something else that you can do, especially if you're feeling in a bit of a funk or you're getting that writer's block kind of feeling where you can't come up with any creative ideas, you're sort of stuck, is to clean and organize your space. A clean space equals a clean mental space for you to get creativity and work done. So make sure that you have a clean, open space as much as possible. This includes if you are multitasking a space for your BLISS station, you want to make sure that you can clear it off and set it up for when you're doing your work. Now, one way that you can do this, if you do work in the morning or at the end of the night, is, after dinner time, when it's time to go to work, take a bit of a space between that where you go through, you clear out anything that reminds you of dinner time or family time, and then you reset and set everything up before you go to work. And then this may also include, which ties into the next point of going for a walk, go and clear your mind first and then come back to that clean space. The other way you can do this is set up your workspace and have it every clear and ready to go for the morning. If you tend to work better in the mornings, set it up the night before. Just like anybody that's starting a habit of going to the gym more often, one of the easiest hacks that you can use to make that habit stick better is to set up your workout clothes the night before. Do the same thing with your workspace and set it up the night before so that when you come in the morning, it's all ready to go. Your planner or your notebook set up, your computer's charged and ready to go. Everything that you need is there on hand, but in a tidy and organized fashion. And then, as I mentioned, go for a walk. Another thing that you can do if your mindset is struggling or you're feeling a little bit down is definitely get outside, get into nature as much as possible these days. I know we have to keep our respectable distance between one another, but do what you can to get outside and go for a walk, at least daily, sometimes even twice a day is ideal. And fortunately, the weather's starting to turn for our favor. It's springtime now and it's starting to warm up, which makes it quite a bit easier to get outside regularly and not feel as cooped up. Another thing is, depending on where you're at, some of the public parks are starting to open back up and there is more opportunity to get outside, at least to go on trails or go for a nature walk and keep your space still while clearing your mind and clearing your mental space. So in terms of getting outside and getting into nature, it's one of the things that we can do to powerfully induce a sense of mindfulness and practice more present moment kind of awareness, as well as really dramatically reduce stress levels, create a sense of calm, lower anxiety. So if you're feeling overwhelmed or your mindset's in the wrong place, that's all the more reason to get outside and just start walking. And slowly but surely, over the course of maybe one walk or several walks over the course of days and weeks of consistently practicing this, you're going to start to improve your well being and definitely reduce stress levels. And then with mindset, you can also start a meditation or mindfulness practice during this time. If you are feeling cooped up, it's often because we distract ourselves with so many things. And, people do need that social interaction and that face to face connection, which we are all striving to incorporate more through digital means right now. But it is quite a bit different than that interpersonal interaction that we all crave and need as human beings. But try to incorporate more mindfulness into your routine as well through starting a meditation practice. Or once again, it's something that greatly links with getting outside into nature by yourself. So if that's more of your style, you can go for a longer walk to practice mindfulness. Just, in terms of doing it that way, you'd want to unplug your headphones for a little while or stop the podcast and just try to be present in the walk that you're on. But also, it's easy to incorporate just a few minutes of slow, deep breathing. And something that you can do to shift your mindset and practice more positivity at this time is to also practice gratitude. So, a simple gratitude practice can make a world of difference in how you're feeling. And it can seem like a very difficult thing to do, especially if you're feeling down, you're overwhelmed and feeling cooped up from this situation, maybe a little stir crazy. It's something that is easy to implement through either writing it down or just visualizing it in your head for a few minutes each day. But practice some gratitude. And the way I like to recommend doing it, is think of one thing in the past, kind of one of those peak experiences in your life where you're very grateful for having experienced it, and try to relive all the sensations around it. So the sight, the smell, the feeling of touch, the sounds, all of that, really embody it and relive it and kind of raise up your levels of emotion and positivity around that. And then be grateful for something in the present moment. And this one often is challenging, especially when we are going through hard times. But the more that you can practice it, even with small things like being grateful for the clothes that you're wearing, or the cup of water you're drinking, or the sky above you being bright blue, those kinds of things are useful for practicing that present moment kind of mindfulness awareness, as well as gratitude. And also think of something for the future. It could be in terms of what you're going to do after the quarantine's lifted, when you can get back out with your friends or go to your favorite restaurant. Or it may be something in terms of an event that you've got planned in the distant future that you're already looking forward to. It may also be in terms of a goal or something that you're trying to accomplish. Those are the kinds of things that you can include in a gratitude practice that will help you to kind of rebalance your focus on what needs to be done in the present moment to help get you further along towards that goal, if it's something that's relevant. And it doesn't always have to be that goal-oriented kind of gratitude for the future, but it's often useful as a way to recenter your focus in these difficult times and kind of get your mindset shifted back into a productive state. So those are some tips that I hope you find helpful for kind of boosting your mindset and shifting the way that you're framing things right now in this difficult time. The more that you practice these things, the better you're going to get at them. And it's all about routine and incorporating it a little more frequently to build up that habit, just like I mentioned with the cleaning your workspace habit. The more that you do it, the better off you'll get and the sharper your mindset around them becomes. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. It actually makes a difference. And of course, as always, Until next time, dream on and find your flow. So in terms of getting outside and getting into nature,